God is good. Doing things right the first time. Hey guys, Matt Glover here with Pest Service. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're in Panama City Beach, Florida. We have a house that we're going to be treating for termites. And I want you to know this is not our normal type house. As you can see, it's right on the Gulf. Right here, look how beautiful that is. Look at that white sand. You know what I love about that sand? When you walk through it, it squeaks. Man, I lived here my whole life, and there's nothing better than the beaches at Panama City. I've been to Hawaii, I've been to Myrtle Beach, I've been on the east side of Florida, but let me tell you something, this is the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen in my life. That's why we're called the world's most beautiful beaches. But anyway, this house is right on the Gulf here. We picked up this account because a major corporate termite company, pest control company, wasn't doing the job that they wanted or expected from them. And so we picked up pest control in this house. And you know what? Office staff said, hey, do you got termite protection on your home? And she said, no one's ever told me that I needed termite protection. And they said, yes, I want that on my home. I need that because in Florida, there's 20 to 25 termite colonies per acre of land. And I'm sure it's the same in Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and Louisiana and Texas. So, but anyway, in Florida, there's so many termite colonies per acre of land that you need termite protection. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you're going to get termites. And so anyway, she said, no one's ever told me about that. And so anyway, that's why we're here today. But this house is not your typical house. It's like I said, it's on the Gulf. And so it's built on pilings. And I want to say normally we would treat this house with Centricon termite baiting system. That is our main go-to. We install Centricon on, I'd say probably 95% of our houses that we have under termite protection with our company. As I started coming out to this house to look at it, because here's the deal, I want to provide the best termite protection for that home. I'm not here just to sell Centricon, I'm here to protect homes against termites. Now that may be putting Centricon on it, or it may be having to put a liquid treatment or a liquid barrier around that home. And so I'm going to show you this house real quick. I'm going to show you the construction of this house. And I want you to know why I chose to go with the liquid barrier treatment on this home. And I'm going to start right here in the beginning. There's Chris right there. What's up, Chris? Say hi to everybody.
How you doing? How you doing?
Chris has been with us for a long time, does a fabulous job. He does most of our termite inspections and termite treatments. And as you can see, Chris is a fan of PPE, personal protective equipment. He's getting everything ready so he can do this job. This right here is the garage. This garage is on a slab foundation. You can see here where he's drilled the hole right here. He's going to inject termiticide down in that hole so we can create a chemical barrier from the ground to this slab. All termites need is a width of a sheet of paper to get into your home, okay? And so here we go. We have this ramp right here. And as we're going up this ramp, you can definitely see this is the slab for the garage. Now we could put Centricon stations in here. And I'm not saying Centricon would not work here. I'm just saying I feel like a liquid treatment is a better option. It's just a better option. We could put Centricon stations here, but then again, here's what we got. Right underneath here, behind those panels right here, it begins a crawl space, okay? And so we have this deck, this walkway, and on the other side, this is what we got. So it's going to be extremely hard to even check these stations. Look at that. All the way down here. All the way down this way. And a matter of fact, it's not even the homeowner's property. And so we don't want to put termite stations on somebody else's property. But we have this deck here. Then we go through this gate right here. Let's open it up. Go down the stairs. Not a lot of room to put Centricon stations here, but then here's our crawl space. Okay, and we're gonna go up there in just a minute, so bear with me. Air conditioning unit, pool equipment, another deck. Porch here. Pool, and here's our entranceway to get up underneath here. Now let me make this statement. We could put Centricon stations up underneath this thing, but here's the thing. Look at this sand. It's so sandy. So sandy up underneath here, that I feel like a liquid treatment would be a better option, simply because this termiticide is going to bind very tightly to the soil particles. And then it's the only way it can be removed is if you remove this sand. And so let me put on my crawl suit, and let's go on underneath there and check it out together. All right, we got my crawl suit on. We're ready to go. Let's go check this thing out. Scrap wood up underneath the home. No bueno, you don't want any of that scrap wood up underneath your home. That's from where they built the deck. Scrap pieces of that composite wood. Look at it, we got Chris up underneath here with us.
How y'all doing?
Good deal, good deal. Okay, Chris is getting ready to treat around these pilings, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna treat around all these pilings. And so he has that rod, and he's gonna rod down in around these pilings so he can put a chemical barrier around these pilings, every single one of them, so the termites that are in the ground can't come up. Now here's the thing. I've had a lot of people say, oh, those pilings are already treated for termites. I'm not really worried about these pilings. Let me tell you what I'm really worried about, and I've seen this with my own eyes from experience. What happens is these termites, they will come up through these little cracks right here. They'll tunnel up through these cracks just like this, and then they get into these floor joists. When they get into the floor joists, then they get into the flooring. And see, you can't even see the subfloor on this house because it's covered up with all this insulation and insulation board. That's the reason why we're gonna treat around every single one of these posts to keep the termites that are in the ground from coming up. But I'm gonna tell you another hot spot that I've always seen on houses that are built right on the Gulf or on the water like this. That's always gonna be towards the front. Up here. Another note, drilling Centricon stations in this sand, no bueno. It is a pain in the butt. They missing an umbrella. Almost made it up here to the front of the house. All this wood up underneath here, I don't like it. And a matter of fact, I don't even know why they leave their scraps down here. That's just, to me, that's just poor customer service, being sloppy. That's just my opinion. Let's get over here and look at this. See, here's a slab right here. This is the slab of that garage. Look through here. There's more pilings through there. Okay, so what they can do, they can get into this wood right here, tunnel up, get into that, get into the subfloor. So we're gonna put that chemical barrier all around this area right in here. Other than the pilings, this is the big hotspot area right here for termites to get in. I've seen it time and time again. It's just there's a lot of hiding areas, a lot of protection from the weather, and so they can easily access these points right here and then start doing a lot of damage. They can come up in these little areas and then just work their way through this subfloor. And a matter of fact, I've actually seen them go from the floor level all the way up to a 3rd story. So they just don't stop when they get done with the 1st floor. They'll go on up to the 3rd story. They don't care. So anyway, you about to get ready, Chris?
Yeah.
You waiting on me?
I am.
Okay. Chris is like, hey, I got work to do and you're holding me up. But anyway, oh, here, hold on a second, Chris. Just one more thing. Here's a good picture of the floor joist right here. You can see in behind there that's covered up by this insulation board. They get in there, they'll tear those things up. And when termites get into the floor joists and subfloor on these types of houses, it can be extremely devastating. Matter of fact, termites do more damage than fires, floods, and storms combined. So that's why it's muy importante to have a termite inspection and a termite treatment on your home, especially if you live in a high termite pressure area, because it's just a matter of but it's a matter of when you get termites in your home. I'm gonna go down here and then Chris is gonna go ahead and get started. But hey, one thing that I want to say is thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Right now we have 868 subscribers. Every single one of you are amazing. I value every single one of you. If you have any comments, have any questions, if you have any video topic ideas, please put them down in the chat below. I will get back with you. I promise I do try to get back to every single comment that is made on this YouTube channel. And if I do miss you, please forgive me. I do try to get back to every one of them. So I'm gonna go down here, show you one last thing, and I'm gonna let Chris get to work because that dude don't want to be held up for nothing. So, all right, I'm gonna go down here, Chris. Yeah, here's a concrete slab. Yeah. That's the concrete slab right here. So those termites can come up in between here, and start eating this house down. But I'm gonna tell you, everything looks good. We've inspected it. It looks good. We've inspected it. It looks really good. And we want to keep it that way. You know, our mission statement is to provide the most outstanding pest control service experience ever. And that's why we just don't automatically put Centricon on something or automatically do a liquid treatment on something. We want to evaluate the house, inspect the house, and say what is going to be the best treatment method for that structure, because it's not just about selling Centricon or using a certain type of insecticide. It's about what's going to be best for that home, what's going to be best for that homeowner and their property. But here's the slab. This is going to put that barrier around here. See, this is the outside. This is the outside right here. This is that little walkway, that little space in between the walkway and the garage right in here. So Chris is gonna treat all of that, and he's gonna treat all up underneath here, all this wood in direct contact. He's gonna make sure all that is taken care of. I've actually seen termites tunnel up the side of pressure treated wood. Now, I've actually seen them get into pressure treated wood. That's a lot of times people say they don't get into pressure treated wood. Yes, they do. When the pressure treatment has diminished, they will penetrate it and get in. But for the most part, I've actually just seen them tunnel right on the outside of it and tunnel up and get into the structure that way. But this is the deck. This is the deck area. He's gonna treat all of that, because there's a lot of times people don't treat these deck areas because they feel like it's not part of the house. Yes, it is part of the house. So all of that needs to be treated as well. I'm glad it's not so hot out here. The wind's blowing. It's a nice little breeze up underneath here. I'm gonna tell you what though, man, that water looks good. Man, if I didn't have to go to work, if I didn't have to go to another job, I'd put on my shorts and I'd go hang out on the beach. I love the beach. Man, we got some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Man, it's awesome, I love it. Hey, come on down and visit, man. If you come down to Panama City and you visit, look me up. I'd love to hear from you. Matter of fact, we get calls from people like from Louisiana and Mississippi. And matter of fact, there was someone right down the road in Destin saw one of our videos and wanted to talk to me. I thought that was kind of cool, you know, but man, you guys are awesome. And thank you for going on this journey with me. It's really cool, man. I love the bug life. You know, termites and roaches and fleas and mosquitoes and bed bugs. Really fascinating. I tell you what, I love it, and you guys have just made this journey just so awesome. So let's crawl out of here and me walk through this thing one last time, and we'll finish this thing up. Man, I want to go out in that water so bad. Man, my wife would kill me, because my wife and my daughter, they love the beach, love the beach. The water's just a little bit cloudy today. It doesn't look as pretty as it normally does, but we did have that storm out in the Gulf that hit around Tampa area. It's still kind of churred up. The Gulf was churred up. Hey, one last thing. The goal of a liquid termite treatment is to provide a 100% barrier around the home and every access point, so the termites that are in the ground, we're dealing with subterranean termites, can't get up into the structure. So anyway, we felt like this was going to be our best option for this home, and that's why we did that. But here's the thing, before you get a termite treatment, do your research, find a reputable company, because a lot of them won't use good chemicals, they won't use good treatment methods, and they're just gonna give you the basics. They're not gonna customize their treatment for you. And so I want you to get a good company that's gonna do you right, treat you right, and that way your home is actually protected against termites. And if an issue arises, they'll come back to back up their work, okay? So, hey, once again, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. And one last thing, if you wanna see a good video, one of my top performing videos on discovering the secrets to the termite inspection process, check this out right here. You won't regret it. And thank you for watching this video, and God bless.